Borada, welcome to the InstaSim channel. Today I'm playing Professor Layton and the Lost Future. In the last episode we ended on this puzzle-ish thing. We have to basically prove our identity to the future Luke that we are indeed Professor Layton. For some reason Professor Layton is actually quite famous in these parts, so we'll figure out why at some point I suppose. But we need to finish this puzzle first so that we can prove our identity. So, the conditions are that we have 4 cards sitting in a line. A heart is next to a diamond, a club is not next to a spade, and a heart is directly to the right of a club. Can you work out which of one of these is the spade? Professor, touch the card. So, a heart is next to a diamond. A club is not next to a spade, and a heart is directly to the right of a club. So that could be the heart. And then we've got a club here. And a heart is next to a diamond, so a spade would be the last one there. Yes, that is indeed the location of the spade. Impressive, Professor. Yay! Thank you. Now, if I may present you with a puzzle of my own design. Nothing would please me more. Good, I appreciated the idea behind your puzzle, so if you don't mind, I'd like to do something similar. Here are the conditions for my 4 cards. A club lies directly to the right of a heart. A diamond is on the far left or far right and has a heart next to it. Finally, a club is also the far left or far right card. I am to find the spade using these conditions. 4 cards sit in a line, a club sits directly to the right of a heart, one of the cards on the far left or far right is a diamond. Next to it is a heart. The other card on the far left or far right is a club. Can you find the spade? A club sits directly to the right of a heart. One of the cards on the far left or far right is a diamond. Next to it is a heart. The other card on the far left or far right is a club. How does that work? Because a club sits directly to the right of a heart. Hang on a minute. One of the cards on the far left or far right is a diamond, next to it is a heart. So far left or far right is a diamond, so one of those two is a diamond. And next to it is a heart. But the club sits directly to the right of the heart, so that could not work. Oh wait, it's not even us doing it. You almost had me there, Professor, but as you know, this puzzle is flawed, it's unsolvable. Is that so? Yes, I tried several solutions, but none work, given the conditions you set forth. Oh really? Tell me, did I ever state that the 4 cards on the table included 1 card from each suit? Huh? So the answer is, there is no spade. Haha! Precisely, that was a trick question, but it makes a pertinent point. In the puzzle you issued me, you failed to specify that the 4 cards included 1 from each suit, leaving in a loophole that can make this puzzle unsolvable. That can make the puzzle unsolvable. And the same omission can also open the door to alternate solutions. You intentionally presented me with a puzzle that, when examined closely, is actually incomplete. That was the real test you set out for me, was it not? To see if I would spot the loophole. Well done.
It seems you're the genuine article, Professor.
I'm glad to see that I've finally convinced you.
To be honest, I was convinced from the beginning.
Then why did you put me through all of that then?
But I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to pit myself against my mentor in a battle of wits.
Oh dear.
I'm flattered, I suppose.
So? Out with it! Why did you call us here?
There are too many eyes on us in here. There's a storeroom in the back where we can talk. Follow me. Well, we've solved the mystery of the future Luke. The young man signing himself Luke Triton turned out to be an older Luke from 10 years in the future. He wrote to his old trusted teacher to request his aid. Professor Layton, Luke, welcome to the London of the future. Still not convinced? You saw Dr. Schrader, didn't you? You must have noticed the toll that time has taken on your mentor. Yes, we saw him. And what of fair London? You've walked around enough now to see how she's changed. Could you imagine there being a casino in this sleepy part of town back in your time? Yeah, everything's changed. What's happened to this city? A genius appeared. An evil genius who turned the city on its head. Oh, I know where this is going. Don Paolo took over the city, didn't he? Don Paolo? Oh no, I'm talking about a truly brilliant man. Someone the three of us all know quite well. Oh no, it was Layton. It was Layton all along. Oh dear. But if it's not Don Paolo, then who is it? What do you think, Professor? I really couldn't say. Huh, really? Who is it? I've just got to know. His name is Herschel Layton. The evil genius is you, Professor. What? I was afraid you'd say that. That can't possibly be right. I'm sorry to say that it is. They call him the devil in the top hat and he rules London from the shadows. That's why everybody's afraid of the top hat. It's common knowledge for people in this part of London. In the future, the City of London is in the thrall of an evil Layton. The sight of the Professor, who looks just the same as his future self, is enough to spark fear among the local people. Tell me more, Luke. What? I don't know any more than you do, Professor. No, I mean the other Luke. Goodness, this is getting rather complicated, isn't it? Tell me, Luke, how did I rise to the rule over all of London? Where to begin? Here, Professor, surely you remember this. Oh, it's that time machine thing. Oh, we killed the Prime Minister, probably. I have no idea. Of course, this is an article about the accident that happened just the other day. Haha, yes, to you, I suppose it was a recent event. To you, I suppose it was a recent event. But here, it's been a full 10 years since that fateful day. Whoa! It was the start of a dark period for London. With the Prime Minister missing, Parliament was in utter chaos, you see. Well, Parliament's in utter chaos with the Prime Minister there, so I don't really think that's not really an issue, necessarily. Yes, everyone in Parliament is in a state of panic. In our time, I mean. Well, everyone in Parliament is in a state of panic in my time too. It's just for different reasons. Wow, this video is getting very political. I don't want it to be, though. Professor, you witnessed with your own eyes the accident that changed London forever. The time machine presentation was a complete failure. Yes, both the Prime Minister and that scientist. You mean Dr. Stangen? Yes, that's right. Several people disappeared in the blasts, including those two. It seems likely that they were killed by the force of the explosion. Didn't the paper say that a few of Dr. Stangen's assistants had also vanished in the blast? That's the story in the press, but what would you say if I told you Stangen was still alive? I'd say it's impossible. Then you'd be wrong. Dr. Stangen escaped the blast, but he went into hiding to avoid reprisals after the experiment. The man was responsible for the loss of our national leader, after all. Desperate for a place to lie low, the doctor was given shelter by an unlikely person. You, Professor. Me? Why would I aid the man responsible for this pandemonium? Pandemonium? Oh. That is something I have never understood. Right. In the months that followed the explosion, you slowly grew distant from me. You began consulting with figures from the criminal underworld. What? The Professor? Never. Don't be so sure. Time has a way of changing people, Luke. It was clear that something about Stangen's research captivated you, Professor. You couldn't stop talking about time travel. You seemed obsessed with the idea of changing the past. Changing the past? Dr. Stangen was very interested in continuing his research, but he needed financial backing to do it. So you used your superior intellect to assume control of London's underworld? No! Of course, there were those who tried to stop you, but none were a match for Professor Layton. Before long, you were raking in cash from all sorts of dodgy businesses. With all the funding he needed, it wasn't long before Stangen completed his time machine. Time machine? You mean? That's right, the time machine in the clock shop on Midland Road. Though I suppose completed is the wrong word, as the machine is far from complete. How so? It doesn't allow the user to select a destination. You can select neither the place nor the time you wish to travel to. In fact, it would be more accurate to describe it as a sort of tunnel between two periods of time. A wormhole. Precisely, and by sheer chance. This wormhole opened in the clock shop and crosses the 10 years between our two times. This gives us the ability to move back and forth between your present and mine. Between your present and mine, there we go. So you used a wormhole to get the message to us and to bring us here. One thing is bothering me though. This wormhole is obviously very important to my future self. Surely the Layton of this era must keep a close eye on it. How did you gain access? I'll get to that, but right now there's more pressing business I'd like to attend to. Go on then, tell us why you called us here. Always one step ahead of me, eh? You haven't lost your touch, Professor. I wish to enlist your help in stopping Herschel Layton. You want me to stop myself? Yes, that makes perfect sense. Even as we speak, the other Layton is working to build a fully operational time machine. He's been ducking back into your time to gather every bright scientist working in time travel. But why bother going into the past to find scientists? There must be plenty here in this era. Actually, many of the experts in the field were lost when Stangen's presentation went awry. Layton had no choice but to travel back to the time before the blast in order to gather talent. Things are really bad. But if Layton manages to build a fully functional time machine, who knows what could happen? Someone has to stop him from completing his scheme, but the only person who might succeed is... me. That is what you're going to say, is it not? Exactly. We have to fight fire with fire. No one else stands a chance against him. But how? I'm not familiar with this future London. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That's one obstacle we'll have to overcome together, Layton's actions are shrouded in secrecy. His base of operations, however, is well known. We can't start our search for him there. You mean this casino isn't the future professor's headquarters? No, this establishment is just one of the many ways he makes money. His headquarters are in the heart of Chinatown. Well, let's visit the place and see if we can learn anything more. I must admit, Luke, there is still quite a bit about this situation that I find dubious. However, I see that the only way to get to the bottom of this is to go and find the man claiming to be me. Hehe, I thought you'd say that, Professor. Don't forget me, I'm coming too. Of course you are. If I can't count on myself for help, who can I count on? Thinking about what you just said makes me feel kind of dizzy. Well, I hope you get used to it soon. I'm going to need your help in stopping the evil Layton too. Oh yes, there's one more interesting fact I should mention, Professor. Yes? There's no record of a scientist's name matching Dr. Stangen's name and description. It's a false name. Is that so? Whoever he was, he took pains to hide his real identity from the people at the presentation. Now that you mention it, few of the guests seem to know the man. What would motivate Stangen to use a false name? What was he planning? Another interesting question we may hope to answer along the way. It just doesn't make any sense. What are you thinking, Professor? We can talk more on the way. For now, we should head back to Flatstone Street. Bloody hell, that was a lot of dialogue. Right, so... A grown-up Luke used a time machine to send a letter back to the present requesting the help of his former teacher, Professor Layton, in rescuing the chaotic future city of London. And then suspicious individuals are shady characters dressed in grey, members of a gang under the control of the future Layton, the boss of the London underworld. Number 7. The future Herschel Layton is a crime lord who terrorises London with his gang of thugs. Known and feared by Londoners as the devil in the top hat, how could this model English gentleman have turned into such a monster? And Dr. Stangun. Dr. Stangun is a scientist who unveiled the time machine at the presentation, but no records exist of a scientist with that name. He must be somebody else, using an alias to cover up his true identity. Who is he really? He may be the future Herschel Layton, who knows? I doubt it, though. Right. Please hurry, we need to make our way back to Flatstone Street. Right. Ah, head coin.
Oh, there you are, boss!
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oi! What are you doing wearing the boss's getup? This your idea of a joke?
no, not at all.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen any of you round here before.
Okay.
Yes, well, we don't often get a chance to visit this fine establishment of yours.
Dunno about that, but I'm gonna need you to come with me for some questioning. This way, you three.
No, we are not coming with you.
Professor, run away while you can!
Ow.
Oh no!
Quickly, you two, this way.
Don't let him escape! You hear? Don't let him escape!
We're surrounded, Professor!
Calm yourself, Luke. I have a plan.
But wait! Where are you going? Ah!
Do you see a way out of this?
I do, but I'll need your help.
Oh boy, it's become increasingly violent all of a sudden. Slot machine gun. Oh dear. Build a coin gun from the parts of this disassembled slot machine and help our heroes fight back. Rotate the parts to fit them into checkered shape below. You must use all the parts and none of them can overlap. Now hurry. Right. That seems obviously that it'll go there. That looks like a trigger, like it could be a trigger. I'm not entirely sure where all these parts go. Oh, that fits there. Perfect. Yeah, that's not going to work either, is it? I'm pretty sure that goes there, because that's the only place where that would generally fit. And then... oh, that goes there then. There you go. Perfect.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
There we go.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Exactly. Jackpot, it's time to fight back.
We can't win this fight! More bad boys! More bad!
I'd say that was a close one.
We gave them a taste of their own medicine.
Funny, I don't remember you helping.
Look, you're me, so that means I get some credit for assisting.
Oh, is that so?
That's very interesting logic.
Yeah, that is certainly quite interesting logic, actually. Right, save progress, yes. Chapter 3, that's quite quick actually, to be honest. The enigmatic future. So where are we headed to now then, Mr. Triton? Luke, please call me anything but Mr. Triton. It's really strange being called that by myself. It's pretty awkward for me too, but what else am I supposed to call you? I don't see why you can't both be called Luke. Should the need to distinguish between you arise, you can be Big Luke, and you can be Little Luke. I'm not too keen on Little Luke, but it's better than all this confusion. You're the boss, Professor. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Little Luke. Oh no, the pleasure is all mine, Big Luke. Hey, now, where were we? Ah yes, there was something I needed to check up on. Professor, did you pass a restaurant in the shopping arcade on the way to the casino? The one near the arcade southern exit? That's the one, we'll head there first. A friend of mine is waiting for us. Right, we will head there in the next episode because this video is getting a bit long now, so we're going to go do that in the next episode, so we'll go to the restaurant and meet up with Luke's friend. In any case, that's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching this episode on Professor Layton and the Lost Future. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. It'll help me a lot to get more videos like this. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, goodbye.